That's gay as fuck. And we're back, boys. This is Not Funny. And tonight, we are joined by a very special guest, Bryden Proctor. How's it going, Bryden?
Good to be here. Good. They changed the Craig recording sound, so that's weird. It's gay.
Yeah, dude, they're always doing that. They're always changing these sounds. We're also joined by... No, they're not actually ever. I think this has been the first time they've ever done it. We also are joined by my brothers of the Coconut Crew. We got PowderKeg.
Hell yeah. Drinking a half-drinking bottle of malt liquor, flat and warm, once again.
This is not the first time you've done that on the show, and this is only episode 4. So
yeah, it's awesome.
I'm seeing a trend developing here, and we're also joined by Finley.
Hey, burning down the house. That's my new parody song about how great atheism is.
Oh, I thought that was a Notre Dame joke.
No,
I want to give
Christ house got burned down. Epic.
Ooh, that's epic stuff. I want to give a thank you. I want to give a thank you real quick. I got some cookies here sent by to the old P.O. box, my hot food, who listens to every episode, and her husband, Mr. Food. So thank you for the dope-ass Magic Middle copycat recipe cookies. These are dope.
I'm honestly shocked anybody, including your friend of like 10 years, sent anything to that P.O. box. That's like mind-blowing to me. I can't believe
there's
anybody
a need for it. There's a need for it. If anyone wants to send us shit for whatever reason, I'm a brave man. We'll do the P.O. box if there's a demand for it, which is unlikely. So,
for anybody who wants to think of something to send, you can actually go to Amazon right now and buy 1,200 live ladybugs for like $7. I always encourage people to send that to podcasters' P.O. boxes because
I'll take them. I'll take the ladybugs. You think I won't? I'll do something with them. I'll get creative. You'll see.
I don't even want to know what you're going to do with those ladybugs, dude.
Dude, I've told people, here's the thing. This wouldn't be the first time I've actually told people to send me live animals. So, I can get creative. You might not like the results, but it'll be a story.
I'm just waiting for the day where there's like a science museum where they have an ancient ladybug display and it's just like a 10-foot tall fucking ladybug.
That's the theme of our show now, isn't it? It's just,
yeah, well, right before the show, we were talking about Blackie, the giant ape that just looks like a bear with a monkey's face.
It's impressive.
These scientists, they're really selling me on this whole evolution thing. I think I'm coming around.
Oh, everyone Google Blackie right now.
Speaking of Blackie, everybody knows that I was on a vacation last week.
Where's it going?
I told this story to Finley and Powder last night, but Bryden, you didn't hear it, and so this is fresh content to you and all the listeners. But me and my buddies went shooting, and as we were leaving the gun range, and we were like up at the counter, kind of talking to some of the guys that work there. There are these 3 black kids.
Hold on, wait. You started the story with Blackie. You went shooting. You're at a counter. Is this something you want to tell people?
I did not shoot Blackie. No human beings were shot during this.
Blackie's not a human being, idiot.
Well, okay, there were no ancient creatures that totally existed that were shot either. So everybody remained safe. Shockingly, though, based on what happened here. So, like, we're talking to the guy, and then we look over, and these 3 black kids have picked up like a really cool looking shotgun, but they're like chasing each other around the store, just fucking pointing it at each other and pretending to shoot. That fucking was hilarious to me. Not shocking in the slightest.
But
how old were they?
They were probably early 20s.
Oh, so they're not kids at all. I thought they were like, I was like, oh, okay, it's sort of cute. I mean, it's never cute when like children are pointing weapons at one another because, I mean, you find them in dad's cabinet and then you're on that commercial in the early 90s or some shit, right? But, no, these aren't kids. These are dudes in their 20s just running around. That's something beautiful.
Yeah, these are basically grown men.
No, they literally are. They are grown men. You said early 20s. It's literally a grown. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's a grown ass man doing that in a gun store where you're supposed to just throw caution to the wind and just do as you please.
Oh yeah, I would never do that. I didn't mean hell. No, I got to. Gun safety is important, people. All right, take it.
Yeah,
from
I like
PowderKeg.
how you say this, and then like last night in the voice, and I'm totally blowing up your spot right now by saying this, but you're literally talking about like going to the outdoor range because you like the advantage that you can get drunk while you shoot.
Look, all right, dude. Okay, here's the thing. Everyone that goes to an outdoor range already knows that. You don't even need to fucking.
Yeah.
They all know that. Everybody knows that.
Just seems like you should have. It seems like you should have gone up to those utes and asked to be like, is this really your first time pointing a gun at somebody, and corrected what they were doing?
He looked.
Were they
like
holding
a
the
pro.
shotgun sideways?
They were holding it at waist height.
Oh, that's pretty dope, though. I bet they.
I don't know. I bet maybe there were little kids. I mean, because Blackie grows to be so big that you're probably just assuming based on their size that the little runts were full adults.
That's true. Well, one of my buddy's roommates whose house I was staying at is a black guy, and he's a fucking real nice guy. But like, we went over to his dad's house to watch Game of Thrones, which was underwhelming. But he had like a really cool home theater, and then we were kind of like going over there to take a peek at it. And he had a picture of him and this black guy in their band when they were younger. The black guy just looks exactly the same as he did when he was like 13.
Black don't crack. But no, he also probably was a full-grown man, 6 feet tall, taking Skittles. You know, it happens. It's sad.
Well, he was a tall guy. He was a very
Tragic.
tall guy.
I think we just learned a couple things. One, you hang around with rappers, and two, you watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong? Well, Sid's a big, like, I think we should all enjoy shitty movies and TV because I like them.
That's not exactly it.
No, that's like verbatim
I
what
say
you say.
if you enjoy something, you should watch it. I'm not watching Game of Thrones because I enjoy
like gay
it
porn,
at this point.
like gay porn. You know, like
Like gay porn. You got to
it.
keep up on the culture, the gay porn culture.
I'd rather read, like, vor fan fiction than watch the normie bullshit. What's the appeal of Game of Thrones? It's just titties and dragons. Just look at tits and play D&D. You can do them separately.
Here's
or the
thing,
same
like,
room, depending on the size of your buddies.
Yeah.
I want to see the knights getting domed by the like barbarian big like Middle Eastern guys or whatever they are.
There is a really big bitch in the show who like I think that's supposed to be her sexual appeal, but she has no sexual. Look, the show sucks. I'm not watching it at this point because I enjoy it. I'm kind of hate watching it.
I want big bitch to sit on my face.
Oh God, here we fucking go down that rabbit hole again.
We'll go down there as many times as we need to.
Well,
I'm going to fix you. I'm
Bryden's
going to
on the
help
show.
you. I'm your friend.
Let's get Bryden's opinion on this. Bryden, where do you fall on face sitting?
I'm just really picturing you hate watching gay porn right now, but
Good. Keep imagining that when you.
well, season one of fucking Big Butt Twinks was so much better. The writings just come up. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know. I don't want anybody sitting on my face. I don't think. Like, it's because of the breathing. I like to do a lot of that. And it seems like, well, I mean, it's a lot of aromas. It's
Well, the question is whether or not it's femdom. That's what the question is.
You could say it's a fetish not everyone has.
It's not even a fetish of mine. How many times?
This went from like I'll do it to being like, ew, it's Sid's gross fetish.
I've got a question about it. All right, so where's my nose?
Your nose is probably in front of her vagina.
Okay.
Still a lot
She's
of
not
aromas.
sitting like backwards on your face with her fucking asshole
that's
touching
how
the
I
tip
thought.
of your nose.
Yeah, that's totally what I've been imagining this whole time. What the fuck?
I mean, I thought it was like wearing her ass like a pair of sunglasses. That's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the old
Sits down
Arabian
there.
goggles.
Yeah, you're enjoying the view down there, taking a big whiff of butt.
No. It's not how it is.
Ultimately,
She
the
farts.
question is whether or not it's femdom.
Yeah.
You don't want any of that. I mean, that's I got to respect the hustle on Twitter for the financial findom bitches that it's like they're not even like attractive. They're these like fat, ugly, one-legged, fucking diabetes bitches, and they got guys giving them just PayPal money for fucking a picture of their toenail clippings or shit like that. That I mean, I'm a bit of an entrepreneur myself. I respect the hustle, but. That's not for me. But as far as just like, I don't want a big bitch sitting on me and then I can't get up.
Sydney likes the big bitches.
This is okay.
Bitches.
Come on,
Like
now.
an ass.
This is everything I say
for real, like
so twisted. Well, this is different than findom, like financial domination. This is femdom, like female
Findom
domination.
is a form.
It's not
of
like this
femdom.
bitch is like sitting on your face, like telling you to give her money.
There's
That
like male
would be both
findoms,
fem
though.
and findom.
There's like gay
male
findoms. Yeah,
Ooh,
it's
I'll
like
be a
some.
gay findom.
Yeah,
What the
you have like
fuck?
these like twink. You have these twink dudes. You got like these twink dudes, like these like Mr. Repsion looking motherfuckers, and they'll like film videos like, yeah, you're gonna send me all of your money this month. That's right. Little bitch.
I don't know how you do it,
God. And Twitter's like worried about people saying the fucking N-word, and like meanwhile this just runs amok.
Dude, no, because I remember looking at this like a couple months ago. Hashtag sugar baby is one of the most insane fucking holes to go down. No pun
I
intended.
never looked at that.
But yeah, no, dude, like hashtag sugar baby, like you'll be like, what the fuck has been going on Twitter this whole time?
It's like
It's like an
dudes?
underworld.
Just like skinny gay dudes calling you a bitch.
No. This is gay men can be sugar babies. They can be sugar babies. They totally can be. But most of the sugar babies are just girls that are like fucking like, oh, I need a sugar daddy. Like I'll send you my toes, and I'll give me like $250 PayPal, and then just like fucking hundreds of replies of guys just being like, all right, I'll send you PayPal. DM me. It's crazy.
It's fucking. I like how.
There's one here.
Okay.
It's sugar baby needed. And the first one I see, hashtag sugar daddy. If you would like $4,000, please retweet, as I am no longer in need of my money. Considering all retweets, and follow with an 18,000. I want to fund your future. Please follow me so I can DM you immediately. No nudes or sex. American flag. American flag.
I am no longer in need of my money. What the fuck is going on in this dude's life? And then the ending with the American flags. That is like the least American thing in the world. American thing would be to hoard all of your money.
Wait, what's the reverse of this? Like, is there a way that I can scream at women to give me money?
Yeah, you just, it's called robbery.
It's called not. It's called waiting in the alley for a skinny woman to wander down the wrong place.
Just
Yeah.
jump
also
out
called-
with a gun and a ski mask. You're like, I'm a findom.
Instead of like, this is a robbery, you go into a bank and you like fucking point at the teller. This is a findom. Give me all your fucking money.
I'm imagining Sydney's waiting in the alley if some poor woman walks down, but it's the big bitch from Game of Thrones, and she spits right on his face.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that.
Sydney.
I was gonna say that because if you notice, he specified a skinny girl walking down the alley. Because if it was the big bitch, he'd be too horny.
Fuck, I was trying to throw you guys off my scent. You're back on.
Well, I think you've got enough sense to deal with your nose all up in butt.
Okay. Well, okay, here's the other thing about Game of Thrones. Well, since you fucking brought that up again. Again, it's not that like I like the show. It's that you start watching the show like 8 years ago. Because what the fuck else were you doing 8 years ago when this show fucking came out? And then you're like, okay, I'll see where this is going. I'll see what's going on. I'll see if they're doing anything cool. Of course, they don't do anything cool, but now you put like years of your life into this thing, and everywhere you go.
To this show? Like,
no,
it sounds like a marriage
to the show. I've been with this bitch for 8 years.
8 years. You know what though? I will say this, and this is probably worse than Game of Thrones. To be perfectly honest, this whole like, well, you've invested the time, might as well see what happens. Fuller House on Netflix.
Yeah,
I watched all of Fuller House just because I'm like, I want to see what happens to Danny Tanner and friends.
It's about the characters, where they're going.
Yeah,
I mean, what is it? Aunt Becky goes to prison. That's what fucking happens at the end of
dude. I'm gonna say though, like, for her, she's still really fucking cute though. She's still cute for her age.
Aunt Becky?
Yeah.
Wow, so you just want a rich MILF to be your sugar mama?
Yeah, I'll fucking do. Well, she's not gonna have nothing soon. She's gonna be in prison.
Yeah, you're a fucking sugar baby, dude.
I'll be fucking Aunt Becky's sugar baby. I'll be Nikki and Alex. All right.
Did they bring Uncle Jesse back at all, or is she just like a single mom in the show?
No. They're back, and like their twins like run a taco stand, and they're like retarded dude bros.
What the fuck? They run a taco stand?
Yeah. No, it's a food truck. A taco
Uncle
food truck.
Jesse. Hola.
Dude, if they replaced fucking John Stamos with Jesse Lee Peterson, I would fucking watch every episode of that.
That'd be the best Uncle Jesse fucking turnaround ever, dude.
Danny, you a beta male.
He just gets old and becomes a black man. That's the fucking arc of the character of Uncle Jesse.
I mean, he's already Greek, so.
Yeah, he's pretty close. He's pretty fucking close. But next thing you know,
Fuller House is just. Sorry, go ahead. Okay, fine. Fuller House just goes to show that like anybody you thought was cool when you were younger grows up to just kind of be a disaster. Like you got to cut off those stories before, you know, Uncle Jesse he's not touring with the Beach Boys anymore. He's not dead now. He's running a fucking taco stand. Like that's every older guy. And that's a nightmare.
No. His kids are running the taco stand. He's like a sound engineer or some shit.
Working on, you know, the new Gucci Mane album or some bullshit.
Yeah, he's just working with rappers.
That sounds like my early 20s.
Yeah, you're past Uncle Jesse. So now I guess like Uncle Jesse, because he's what? He's got to be like 60 now. So that means when Uncle Jesse is in his 70s, he's going to be, never mind.
What?
They ought to start intertwining shows. Like all the Netflix originals, they ought to just kind of intertwine the stories and really do a lot of these. Yeah, like cameos. Like, I mean, why not? Uncle Jesse shows up on fucking Big Mouth. Who doesn't want to see his animated dick or some bullshit like that? Just really get weird with it. Just really fucking terrible with it. Like, Uncle Jesse shows up, gets eaten on Santa Clarita Diet. Santa Clarita Diet goes on to Fuller House. Now it's a zombie episode. Why the fuck not? Because all these fucking shows are trash anyway.
Yeah, Stephanie joins Sabrina's cabal.
That would be fucking insane, dude. Yeah, I was just about to bring Sabrina up, but we're not. I haven't finished the season yet. It's still really bad though. Spoiler alert: Walrus wants to come on the show to talk about that. I think next week.
Yeah. I'll catch up on it. You've started the fucking season.
Dude, I watched all of season 1. We did on the show that shall not be named. We did an hour on Sabrina.
Yeah.
It's like it's a fucking dark show. It's fucked up as hell, dude.
It's not even like cute and fun. Like the little cat is not like, oh, I'm Salem. I'm gonna give little wisecracks. He's like evil Satan cat.
Yeah,
he doesn't even make jokes.
You had that episode where they're like eating each other. They have to, like,
I saw that.
One of them gets eaten.
Yeah, that was fucked up. They had like an episode. Chick. Yeah, the mulatto chick was like stoked to be eaten too.
She was so into it.
Yeah, that was the episode with like the weird bisexual orgy.
She's like just an RPG.
They have a whole new episode where all the witches are just pooping her out.
They just pooped out poop-covered bones.
That'd be pretty good. Yeah, some scientist builds her up to be like an 8-foot tall fucking replica. That'd be pretty incredible. That'd be a hell of an arc. Speaking of like weird dick showing up at weird place. Oh wait, yeah. If you got something to say, I'll.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, if anyone can find like a straight on side profile picture of Sabrina, email it to coconutcrew@protonmail.com.
What's appealing about the side profile of Sabrina?
So I can compare her to prehistoric animals.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we can shrink her down.
Yeah. Come on.
That actually is a pretty good. That's a solid bit.
It's a full body profile as well.
Yeah, full body. Just full body. Yeah.
Yeah, we need down to the feet.
Yeah.
Top of the head to the bottom of the feet. But this is something we've talked about just kind of like in voice chats before, but we've never talked about on the show. I still think it's hilarious that in that Lars von Trier movie, Antichrist, that Willem Dafoe's dick is so comically large and such an immersion breaker that they had to get a smaller dick double for him for that movie.
Oh yeah, I remember talking. Where does this come in? Why are you thinking about dicks?
Because Bryden talked about John Stamos' dick in Big Mouth. And then I was thinking about weird dicks showing up in weird places. And so I was like, what if it's Willem Dafoe's comically large dick in Big Mouth?
I was thinking about Jesse Lee Peterson in Big Mouth. And in every show we talked about, that's all I've been thinking about this whole time. Is like, what if Jesse was in that show? Oh, he's in Big Mouth. Oh, you gross. Oh, that's gross.
Why are they kid naked? That's not right.
Yeah, that show's
put that away. It's gross. I want to see that.
I want to see that.
Yeah, they're doing all these like kid shows, just highly sexual now. I don't fucking understand why they're doing. Well, I get why they're doing it, but it's still very disturbing.
I'm gonna fuck them kids.
Fucking weird.
Want to fuck them kids.
Fucking sexy kids running around. God damn it.
Unlike unironically producers in Hollywood walking around like these fucking sexy kids are going to be the end of me.
Yeah.
They're going to fucking ruin me.
Someone needs to get these sexy kids under control.
Unlike Macaulay Culkin, the very unsexy little boy with his bug eyes.
Yeah, that's why Michael wouldn't fuck him.
Yeah, exactly.
The least attractive child in his harem.
The least sexy boy.
You don't believe that the guy that grew up to be a heroin addict to make parody pizza songs and is trying to start a YouTube channel didn't get raped?
Oh no, I totally believe he got raped. Yeah,
he totally got raped. But I didn't know he was doing pizza parody songs and starting a YouTube channel. What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. It's called the Pizza Underground. He's had that for, I don't know if it's still around for a while, but him and all his heroin buddies do the Velvet Underground cover songs, but they make it about pizza because, like, that's all hip and cool and, like, that'll cover up all the sorrow.
Pizzagate.
Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah.
They're just a pop punk band.
It's Pizzagate. He's trying to reach out to us.
I think they're just a pop punk band, dude. They just only can sing about pizza.
I think that him and like Corey Feldman and all of those guys, like they had to have like gotten together at a coffee shop and like twitched around and actually talked about like, all of that at some point. I would imagine.
Loud. Yeah.
I'm sure as adults, like they had to have, as adults, sat around. It's like going to high school together, except far more traumatic, right?
Yeah.
Instead of talking about which of the same girls you had sex with in high school, it's which elderly Jewish man
old Jew
jerked you off.
The school mascot, just a big Jew penis.
Yeah. Well, like Corey Feldman.
Get raped high school. Everybody coming
Corey
round
Feldman.
to Get Raped High School. Get Raped High School. That's
pretty good. I like that's a new Netflix show. Get Raped High School. Yeah. Coming this fall. Yeah, Corey Feldman was going to do
it. Spelled CUMMING with a fucking Star of David on the dot for the eye.
Corey Feldman was supposed to do a documentary about like child rape in Hollywood, but I don't think he ever did it. He had like a fucking GoFundMe or something for it because nobody in Hollywood would pay for it, of course.
Well, he's a little bit of a grifter, though. For a guy that has so much information on this and that and the other, every time it comes time to pull the trigger, he's like, yeah, actually, I started a band with some middle-aged women, and I'm going to do the robot on the fucking Conan show or whatever.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that. That was fucking embarrassing.
I don't even remember that.
He's a hero.
That was fucking terrible.
When was that?
The girls dressed up like the angels because it's like Corey and the Angels or whatever. The girls, they were like, dude, they were
Corey's Angels or something.
Yeah. No, they were all like 40 plus. You know?
No, I think it was he was a Saturday Night Live or something. Wasn't that it? Or maybe it was Conan. I don't remember. It was like about 4 or 5 years ago or something.
He Michael Jackson danced, all of that, and he's like, that's a tribute to your fucking rapist, bro. It's awesome.
I don't think Michael Jackson raped them kids. I think he was strung up. I think Michael Jackson was based. All right, he was totally epic.
Yeah, I mean, he was a weird guy for sure, but whether or not he raped those kids, inconclusive as far as I'm concerned. Where do you fall on that, Bryden? Do you think he did it?
Yeah, fuck yeah, he raped all those kids. I'm looking at Corey's Angels now. I'm trying to find out where he did this thing. It turns out it was on the Today Show, and then he just continued to do it. There's like an 2-hour performance in Houston where people went and watched Corey Feldman and the Angels, and he's got a lot of them. He's got a lot of these things.
He's got a lot of angels.
Oh man, what a hero! Like it's incredible how show business just fucking grabs people, and then after the rape is done, it's like, you've been used up, Corey. You've been used up. And now he's like, no, I need to start a band with dubstep drops because that's what's hip with the kids.
Oh shit, it did have dubstep drops.
It had dubstep drops, which were pretty brutal.
I can't believe they're still doing that shit. Like, I went to church with my parents for a Christmas thing. But it's gonna tie in. It's gonna make sense.
Okay, I was gonna say if you go to like dubstep church or something, like what the fuck?
Well, essentially that's what I'm getting to. Like, I went to a Christmas service with my parents a couple of years ago at their church, and they literally did dubstep Christmas. Like, there was a fucking dubstep dance performance for fucking Christmas.
Wait, was this how soon was this last year?
This was probably like 2 or 3 years ago. But it's like, who is this for? Right. This is a room of adults. Like, yeah, there are some kids in here, but these kids are they're too young to be into dubstep or into any type of particular music at that point. They're probably still listening to like the fucking Wiggles.
Oh, but that's awesome because it's like, dun, dun, dun. All right, I'm going to need everybody to give me a silent night for our Lord Jesus Christ. That's fucking awesome.
Some Jamaican guy, we're going to need a silent night. Why do they always have a fucking Jamaican guy in those shitty dubstep songs?
Dude, because dub is an offshoot of like reggae.
Well, yeah, but that explains why dubstep sucks so bad, because reggae is fucking terrible.
Electronic ska.
No! No.
Yeah, I heard you. By the way, I heard you try and plug ska a few minutes ago. Don't think I didn't fucking hear that.
Oh, dude, ska is good. All right, fuck you.
No, it's
Bryden. Where do you fall on ska? Where do you fall on ska?
I used to listen to a lot of ska. Now I'm just thinking of Corey Feldman did ska, like I got raped.
I'd support it. Yeah.
I'll support anything Corey Feldman ever does. Like, it could come out and be like, Corey Feldman, child pornographer. I would be like, probably have, I mean, yeah. He did work in film for years. I mean, has anybody tried? The French are probably on board with it. It's, it's an artistic endeavor.
It's a little bit of role reversal.
Personally, I'm not for it, but I gotta support my boy Corey. I gotta buy this. In any other context, I would not.
You remember like the like lots and lots of trains and lots of planes, right?
Oh, of course.
What if it was like that, like the 90s thing, but it was like lots and lots of boys, and it's just
big boys, little boys, fast boys, slow boys.
That'd be pretty fucked up. I mean, what's amazing to me in the whole, like, how they did this Fuller House thing is that they did not have any of them become a heroin addict like so many of these child stars. Because all of these people, the whole gimmick is like, they used to be young, now they're old. Here's where they are now. None of them addicted to heroin. None of them perpetually molesting children.
They weren't stars though in the show. In the show, they were just normal people.
Yeah. Except that Bob Saget did claim to have sex with Kimmy Gibbler.
Whoa.
Wait, what? Hold on, what?
Yeah,
Well,
like
is
nine.
this,
Oh, in his stand-up. Whatever.
No, not on the show. Like the real life Kimmy Gibbler had sex with the real life Bob Saget, and I'm pretty sure it was during the show when she was potentially a young boy. When she was a young boy, when she was potentially a young girl.
I'm just picturing him there. You know, it's what's his face comes in, he catches him, he's like, "Cut it out," you know.
Uncle Joey.
Just bringing an end to all the fun they're having, dude.
Yeah, fucking. But no, they try to, because again, like these shows that try to like touch on like tragic real issues. They had like a little story arc where like Stephanie is barren or some shit, and she's crying, and there's like dramatic music. That's cracking the fuck up.
Did they have the Olsen twins in it?
No.
So Michelle's just a dead character.
Yeah, which is good because Michelle was an ugly little girl. Right? Michelle was the worst thing about the old Full House. Like, fuck Michelle.
I like how your biggest complaint is that you didn't find this like 3-year-old child to be sexually attractive, so you hate the character.
No, it's not that. It's just little kids. But like, she looked like a little troll doll. She was just gross to look at. I don't want to see that all the time. Gross little girl. Couldn't act for shit. You got it, dude. Fuck you, dude. Fuck Michelle.
How many catchphrases? How many catchphrases were in Full House? There was "cut it out." There was "you got it, dude."
You got it, dude.
There was, Uncle Jesse was
"Have
like,
mercy, have
mercy."
Yeah,
have mercy. And then,
did Bob Saget have one?
No, he was just like, I like being clean.
What the fuck was his name on the show? I don't even remember.
Danny Tanner.
Danny, that's right. Did Danny come back in Fuller House?
Yeah. Oh, there was How Rude, Stephanie. How Rude.
Yep. Oh my gosh, they almost gave one to everybody.
Yeah, everybody gets a catchphrase.
Television used to be so gimmicky. I guess it was still better though, because now it just sucks for the most part.
Yeah. It's fucking Young Sheldon.
I don't even
need to say anything about this show. Just saying the name of the title makes me fucking laugh.
I've never seen an episode of Young Sheldon.
It's terrible.
I've just seen the advertisements on the side of the bus.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh every time.
It's like that and Two Broke Girls. Those are like all they're advertising for these days. Another show I've never seen an episode of. Is that show with that bitch Kat Dennings with the huge tits and the blonde nobody's ever heard of?
I don't know.
Kat Dennings' tits used to be huge on 4chan.
They're like two broke girls, so they fuck dogs or something. I mean, that's...
Are they white? Only if they're white.
From what I get, they are both white. But from what I gather, the story is that they are just two girls in their 30s who gave up on life and have resigned themselves to working in a diner.
Big dogs, some big huskies.
That's just that's just another version of that one.
Of which show?
That one show on Comedy Central. I forget what it's called. But
Broad City, which is
that's it. That's
two Jewish. Show. Yeah, it's well, it's better written. It's two Jewish girls versus two white girls written by Jews. Is the contrast? Like at least the two Jewish girls they write it themselves.
I could never figure out the name of that show, and I'd always call it like that one show with the two smelly women. Stinky Girls. They just look like they stink. They just look like they stink.
They they stink.
No, that's their whole like shtick. You know, to use one of their terms. Is like oh, we're gross loser girls, and like this like Two Broke Girls is really it's big boobs, little boobs, and then like there's a Russian perv on the show, and they work in a restaurant. Like that's the contrast is that one of them's two smelly girls who wrote their own show who now are going to go and retire, and then the Two Broke Girls will be broke in like 5 years.
Dude, these shows are all going to die once we have smell-o-vision.
Nice.
We'll take it.
No, it'll be face sitting hosted by Sydney.
It'll just be 30 minutes of that big bitch from Game of Thrones sitting on my face.
Big bitch. Come
But yeah, no, at least in like Broad City is a terrible show. Like they had one episode where the beginning scene is they're like standing outside an abortion clinic and there's like a Christian protest going on and they're just like blowing weed smoke in the protesters' faces and like escorting 15-year-old girls to get an abortion and like promoting them getting an abortion.
The show is so bad that Hillary Clinton went on it. Like literally, she went on the show
about that. Oh my gosh! Just doing the nay, chilling on the set of Broad City.
And if Alex Jones can give him any credibility, Hillary Clinton stinks really bad.
Yeah, it's just another stinky bitch.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the queen of stinky bitches. You guys remember that was a thing in like 2016 when Alex Jones did this whole fucking segment on how he would like talk to quote unquote sources that were near Hillary Clinton and would just ask them how bad she smelled. Like, I've heard anything from like, you know, like old fecal matter to like sulfur. Okay. Like there's like a spectrum. But most people say it is akin to sulfur.
Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. That's just what I've heard, folks.
Yeah. It was because there was a little point of the debate back in the day where like a fly landed on Hillary Clinton's face. And he felt totally vindicated now. He was like, look at the fly. You could tell, like, I've been true the whole time. The fly went to her face because she smelled like fecal matter.
He's just like watching those UNICEF ads, like all these African kids are possessed by the devil. Okay, that is why the flies are going to their faces.
Well, their houses are made of poop, dude.
That's also you live in a house of shit. Yeah,
and you blow fucking gazelle butts to get pee out or whatever
they're doing face sitting on the cows all day.
Oh shit, they are. I'll come back to face sitting.
Oh shit, you're right. I fucking forgot about that. That's pretty incredible. But even in Broad City, like one of the bitches ends up getting married. Like that's a whole fucking plot line. Sorry, my roommate's coming into the house.
They marry each other.
Thinking about what if the cow sat down on one of those African kids while he's doing that.
That's the final arc of Broad City. But yeah, no, like one of them gets married and is moving away from New York. And like, it's tragic to this one girl, but she's like getting married to the guy who she wanted to be with the whole show, I guess. And, in Two Fucking Broke Bitches or whatever the fuck it's called, neither of them get married nor have any aspirations to get married. So like,
that seems like a show that would just end though. It wouldn't even have a final episode because they're so arrogant that they'll be like, we'll get renewed again.
Yeah. Well, they'll probably like do another shitty show, but like one thing that I've been saying for a while that like, even though I fucking hate the show, they seem to understand that like you cannot just do these shows forever. There does have to be an end. And like, you should not pass 5 seasons of like pretty much any comedy show. That's the fucking end.
I don't know about that.
I would disagree. Yeah, I would disagree. Look at It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's, in my opinion, going strong. It's a funny show. True. Even with Glenn Howerton going to AP Bio, which is not good at all. It's fucking garbage. It's just fucking Dennis goes and has this class in Toledo, Ohio, and it's just bad. It's stupid, but he seems to have fun doing it, and I guess they're paying him. But we're on season 13 of It's Always Sunny. It's still a good show.
Always Sunny is just a show where everything just gets worse progressively over time. Everyone ends up in a way worse place than they started out with by the end of more like 13th season. I don't know how much lower they can get.
But It's Always Sunny is like, yeah, they just kill. That's the series finale. They just all commit suicide. Yeah. But that would actually be a funny series finale. They'd be able to pull that off. But that's like a show about nothing, like Seinfeld was. So like you can get a lot of material about it. But a lot of these other shows, like they're not, and the characters are engaging on It's Always Sunny. On other shows, they're not engaging at all. The show fucking sucks. You should end it.
Well, I'm gonna be a little bit of a nerd faggot here for a bit. I think Dragon Ball's still good. It's been going strong since the 80s.
Yeah, but they've done like multiple series. And there's
but
so
it's all
many
the same,
black
like,
people
show.
tuning in every year.
Yeah, all the black people and Mexicans.
They can't stop doing it.
And again, I want another nerd thing here. Really, going to probably break up the flow of the show. I don't care. Finley, is that legit? Like while we were recording the show, they released the fucking Joker trailer for Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
Holy
and they
fucking
announced they're bringing back Stage Builder too. Do you guys want to talk
Holy
about
shit.
this? Well, PowderKeg wants to talk about it.
I mean, I just like, it just sucks that they did it right when we're in the middle of the fucking show because that's big fucking news. But I don't know. I mean, it's cool. I'm just glad that they're putting out more characters. I'm not like a big Persona fucking guy, but it looks cool. Looks fucking cool.
Good news.
Yeah,
I checked the Drudge report. Nothing about that.
What?
Nothing about the Smash Brothers character release on Drudge.
Yeah. So, Drudge is canceled, I guess.
Yeah, they're not keeping up to date. I'm sure they had an article on the new fucking Star Wars thing, though.
Yeah, I know it's made the rounds, but everyone's seen that video, right? That fucking wiener guy.
I've seen so many still shots, but because I was on vacation, I did not watch that. I watched the trailer. The trailer looks like trash. The name of the movie is so fucking stupid. What is it
called again?
I pulled it up because I figured we'd end up here
Rise of
somehow.
Skywalker.
Ew,
Yes.
dumb.
Yeah, it's so.
I thought he was dead though. Didn't he die and turn into a ghost?
Yeah, that's the
Fuck
fucking
cares?
thing.
I hope Mark Hamill dies.
and the Emperor died too, but he's coming back too.
Yeah, like everybody was freaking out. They're like, "Oh, is that the Palpatine laugh at the end of the trailer? Oh my
Yeah,
god, it's so
it
fucking
is.
cool!"
He's gonna be.
And Luke says, "No one's ever really gone." What the fuck?
He's
And then
gonna be like
immediately has the Emperor laugh.
he's gonna be like a super straw man. He's like, I'm going to make space great again.
They do make it really ham-fistedly political. I bet they're
Yeah.
going to do something like that.
And Lando's back or something though.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah, he's back and not on the back of your label of Colt 45, folks.
Which is bullshit.
They
You
should
know what? I
bring him
forgot I
back
got my
there
phone, yeah.
instead of in the Star Wars universe.
got my
Bryden, how do you
King
feel about
Cobra.
malt liquor?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I mean, it depends on the malt liquor, but I used to drink quite a lot of it.
Think about Colt 45.
I mean, it's something to drink in a park.
I'm not.
He's right. He's fucking right.
He's absolutely right. And I definitely did that in my teens.
Oh, that's
I'm
true.
not getting Colt 45 anymore. I only get Steel Reserve now.
Hell
Steel
yeah,
Reserve, dude. Do they still have the Black Label Steel Reserve?
I haven't seen it in my area.
Is that like the berry one?
That one's no. They started getting really like adventurous with the flavoring, and it was like, listen, just I personally prefer the original piss, but you know,
Hey, it's not piss.
yeah. Black Label was 1% more, so it was 9% instead of 8%. And it was rough. But this was back in the olden days, back when they were still putting caffeine in beers all willy nilly, when Sparks and all of that still existed before.
Like
What's
Four
that?
Locos.
Juice. Yeah, before-
JOOSE. Ooh, good times.
yeah, when it was like 12% and all of that. Sparks was good because they had a 6% and then an 8% one, and I remember just downing those like I couldn't die. Just all the time. I'd be like, gotta go to work in a few hours, and like just fucking you just have like 6 of those. I once duct taped up an entire just can of Sparks and brought it into the dish pit in the restaurant I was working with and just fucking drank it because I was drunk enough to think if we got pulled over, that's fine. Like, he won't know because there's tape on it.
Just like blur the label like in a shitty fucking TV show that can't afford the rights to a product.
In real life.
That's pretty fucking awesome. I never tried any of those. I just had Four Loko. I think those might have been a bit before
Even
my
Four
time.
Loco had like a special, like 4 gold. It was like 10%.
Yeah. There's actually a Four Loko in my buddy's fridge when I fucking went to see him. I had not seen one of those in forever. I thought they stopped making them. I thought they became like illegal.
Well, they're different now. They don't have like the taurine and caffeine in it anymore.
Have any of the cool stuff in them because dumbass fucking college kids decided to just die because they were like, oh yeah, let me have like 12 of these. It's like, when you're shaking on the ground, you don't go, well, time to do shots. You know, you go throw up. You feel better and you come back. You know, don't be a pussy. You got to drink more, but like get it out of your system first.
Yeah, I agree.
Would you be a bigger pussy than to just die? What a fag.
Fucking loser dies.
What kind of faggot just dies?
Bro.
Let me
chug this Four Loko, bro. Let me chug this Four Loko. Dies.
Fag.
Faggot.
What a fucking nerd, dude.
Well, I mean, it's let me be a genius here for a second. It's cultural Marxism and societal Marxism at its finest form. We're all brought down to the lowest common denominator of a 15-year-old kid who had 15 Four Lokos and died.
It's true, though.
That is true. Thank you, Jordan Peterson.
Why is heroin? Why is heroin fucking illegal? You know, look at that.
We live in a society.
Yeah, some retard fucked up heroin for all us responsible folks.
All these goddamn white people out there, just a nightmare. All this like, oh, my back hurts. I guess I'll get addicted to heroin. Oh yeah.
Idiot.
That's the master race right there, dude. Addicted to heroin and dying with back pain.
Oh, my back hurts. Dies.
Yeah, that's a bitch move, dude. That's a big bitch
Yeah,
move.
and they fell on the job doing something they weren't supposed to do anyway. So, it's just a fucking what a nightmare. It's like, I don't know, maybe don't go into construction. Seems like there's probably plenty of Mexicans to do that anyway. Go to college much, loser?
Oh, I went to Vietnam, boo.
Yeah, you could do most other jobs. I mean, a lot of people don't want to accept that, like, this is just the shitty reality that we live in right now. But unfortunately, it is. So, yeah, let the Mexican do that, I guess, and just make fun of him behind his back like a normal person.
Like painting so much
with your friends like a regular guy.
It's like, buddy, I mean, you like painting so much. Why didn't you go to art school, huh? You're going to go paint a fence, Huckleberry Finn? What are you doing?
Tom Sawyer painted the fence, not Huck.
Listen, I'm not one of those readers, all right?
Yeah, listen to this nerd.
I'm going to go die now.
I only know one character from that book, and I don't think I'm allowed to say it here.
We're 50 minutes into the show. You can say it if you want.
Black Man Jim.
Yeah, black guy Jim.
African American James.
They had that black Jim.
Was a scientist, by the way.
He invented white paint.
He was an 8-foot tall scientist 1 trillion years ago.
How long until the YouTube shit just makes it into schools? Like, I really want to know. They're already, I don't know, teaching people all about, like, dinosaurs are real or some shit. How long?
You can see that shit in universities. You'll have, like, these Afro black women who are super fat. They'll stand up. They're like, y'all white people, y'all came from us, okay? Like, we are your creators. They'll say shit. They'll allude to it. What it is.
Well, they're talking about an out of Africa theory, which I've always thought was funny because, like, the only response to that is like, so I'm you but better. Is that
out of Africa? Is just like, it's like Yakub light, honestly.
It pretty much is, dude. Like, you just stayed there. That's what you're trying to tell me. Like, when I'm like, they want to shit on me for, like, being a Christian and talking about creationism. It's like, dude, at least I'm giving you basic humanity. You're basically claiming you're pretty much the most primitive human being ever. I'm ascribing more to you than you are.
And who the hell would want to stay in Africa? It's hot. There's fucking lions everywhere and shit. We came over here. We found Pocahontas. Banged her. Sweet.
Yeah, we did.
Mestizo chick.
Corn.
I like
Hell yeah,
Pocahontas because I'm a pokephile.
Call back to episode whatever.
Was that even on the show? Well, I guess it was.
Yeah,
we
we
were
said
talking
we
about
talked
Justin RPG.
Yeah, that was episode 2. We were talking about Pokephiles, people that want to have sex with Pokemon.
I just don't understand how anybody can want to fuck a cartoon. I mean, like, this is part of my contention with all the anime niggas. It's like, I literally don't get it.
I mean, I don't know if I want to throw my hat in here.
He says as he adjusts his hat and his monocle. Yeah.
No, I mean, I do think like the waifu fags are fucking annoying, and I'm sick of seeing anime on Twitter. But like, I mean, at least I can see, like, I mean, because it's made to be like fan servicey with like anime big titties and stuff. Like, I can see where they're coming from. It's just fucking retarded.
You're not supposed to fuck the cartoon. You're supposed to say, "Oh, cute."
Wholesome pill.
Oh, it's so
wholesome
cute.
pilled. It's not directed at anyone.
Like, yeah, it's totally not one of our friends. But yeah, no, like, they always talk about how, like, oh, well, it's better than jerking off to regular tits. It's like, dude, you're jerking off to tits. Like, you're telling me that your brain doesn't see that and recognize it's a tit? Like, you fucking know what a tit is, dude. Like, you are jerking off to tits.
Yeah, and it also, like, and I don't want to be like one of the idiots that's like, like, porn in movies given unrealistic expectation of what women's bodies should be, because that's fucking gay. That's fucking gay. But like, when you start getting into like anime shit, like, I'm like, okay, they got a point. Like, some of this shit is ridiculous. Like, that will desensitize you to real women, and that's something you got to watch out for.
Well, that's like
none of the bitches
argument.
you meet at the bar are ever going to have fucking tentacle pussies or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not going to have dicks.
Well, shit. Oh man, you've seen shitting dick nipples, right?
Oh, of course.
No dick nipples. Ew.
Of course.
That's the
I've
thing.
seen
You're never
dick
going to
nipples.
encounter that, God willing, right? If there is a God, that doesn't exist. But that's somebody's thing.
I've always thought dicks for tits is a hilarious image to me. Like,
Yeah,
instead
that's
of like
been
dick
one of Sid's
nipples, it's
things.
just dicks for tits.
Yeah,
instead
dicks
of
for tits is funny. But yeah, you were kind of on, like, actually, because yeah, that's kind of like the proto dick shitting nipples. If you think about it, you kind of came to that on your own, floating in the ether of ideas.
It's because I'm an
you put
original
penises and
person who
boobs together.
thinks for themselves, unlike all these fucking sheep. I'm like, all these fucking,
all these sheeple. I thought of dicks and boobs way before you.
all these
Idiot.
retards putting dicks on nipples. Excuse me, what's the point of the tits? Dicks for tits is the same thing, just eliminating a whole extra layer that you wasted your time coming up with.
Dicks for tits on a big bitch.
Just Willem Dafoe dick coming out of the big bitch from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Now,
I
my
want to
question
see this big bitch though. I don't know who this is.
I just want to know if she can use them to walk at that point, because now I'm thinking about the utility of these things and what would bras look like.
That's true. It would basically just look like a fucking sock.
Yeah. It'd be like,
A fucking sock with a connector and the two socks with a little centerpiece.
this could contend with Edward Penishands actually.
Edward,
That was something I was going to ask you guys. Is because as a kid, I used to often think, what if all of my fingers were dicks, and what would I do if they got hard?
Oh, okay. Well, I have to introduce you to the world of Edward Penishands, which isn't exactly what you're talking about, but is a real thing. If you, everyone out there, Google Edward Penishands. It's a parody porn of Edward Scissorhands. It is a fucking trip. It is.
Were his fingers always hard though? Like, I don't know. He doesn't have flaccid.
No, he doesn't have
Doesn't
fingers.
yeah.
See, that's why it's not exactly like Bryden's. It's a little
Basically,
different.
his
Like,
arms
it's-
are two giant dicks.
It's horrific. It's terrifying.
there's a scene where he's like trying to spaghetti with his penis hands.
Oh, that scene is hilarious. You posted a GIF at me a couple weeks ago. That's fucking awesome. Well, yeah, dude, they fucking make like weird fetish porn for all this shit. I mean, I forgot to bring her up that one episode that we did, but I was like hinting at Lorena Bobbitt. But her ex-husband, whose dick she cut off, went on to star in fucking porn, and he did one that was called Uncut, which is hilarious for a man with his dick cut off. And then he had another one that was called Frankenpenis. It's just like a dick with like stitch fucking marks on it. Ryan just posted a nice still image from Edward Penis Hands. Really, they could have called him Edward Penis Arms at that point. Like, he doesn't even have
his hands. It is his hands. But
his hands are like the head of the penis.
Yeah. I don't know. The dude, it's like, I purchased this movie. I have it on DVD.
You bought it?
Oh yeah.
Are you fucking serious right now?
And it's funny because it is pornography. But I fast forward through all the fucking porn scenes because that's not what I'm here for. I'm not here for that shit. I'm here for Edward Penis Hands.
I'm here for the story.
Dude, there's like a scene, I think, because I don't know if anyone is. Well, most people have seen Edward Scissorhands, but there's a scene at the end where, like,
I thought you were going to say most people have seen Edward Penis Hands. I was going to say pretty much just you. That's literally just you.
There's a scene in Edward's Hands where he's like shaving ice in the town, and like, oh, it looks like it's snowing because he's shaving the ice, and Winona Ryder's like dancing in the snow, and they recreate this scene in Edward Penis Hands, but instead it's just him like putting his arms in the air and shooting cum in the sky, and it rains cum. It starts raining cum.
Oh my god! Well, I'm looking at the director of this film, Paul Norman. He was born in 1956 as Norman Paul Epstein. You know, because he wanted to change his name. He's a director and editor. He was previously married to a whole bunch of people, but he's got a lot of films under his belt. From 1985 to 2001. This last film, critically acclaimed, Sperm Bitches.
Oh, I'm gonna sperm.
I was gonna say that. Fuck. What are some other jewels here? Let's see.
Young and anal too. Hey Babies 1, Anal Scream. Sex Mares. That was shortly before he did Intercourse with a Vampire, which I imagine, or 1 and 2.
Intercourse with a Vampire.
Psychic vampire.
Psychic vampire.
Dude, Intercourse with a Vampire is actually pretty creative. I will give him that one. That's a fucking hell of a
that is clever. Yeah.
Please tell me Naked Truth is 1 and 2 is like a parody of Naked Gun. I really would love that.
A parody of a parody movie.
Oh, it'd be beautiful. The Erotic Adventures of the Three Musketeers, and he's actually in that one. And then
oh damn,
he also has the Three Musketeers, but not the Erotic Adventures of, and then also the Three Musketeers 2.
Are those like actual movies that he did?
Well, now I'm curious, is the Three Musketeers 2 the sequel to the Erotic Adventures of the Three Musketeers, or the Three Musketeers?
It's none of these are leading me anywhere. These are just questions that are going to go unanswered.
Bullshit. I'm going to do some investigation.
PowderKeg will watch these movies for research.
The Basket Trick, like, that sounds like it could be a movie that you'd be like, oh, I got to do 2 to the basket trick, please. And you go in there, it could be Tom Hanks, or it's a bunch of people with no IMDb's that I'm sure have AIDS or are dead. Yeah. 1993 porno movie, The Basket Trick. That's not even like it's not even like an erotic thing. You wouldn't even find that in your dad's drawer. You know, it's not. You know, like stickered in a rear too. It's like, fine, I understand what that is, but take the 8 train. What's going on? Like this, that's who gets that creative?
Apparently, Paul Norman. Paul Norman is that creative.
Epstein or whatever, Adelstein.
Yeah, Paul Norman, it sounds like he was trying to sound less Jewish with Paul Norman. That's still not, and to me, I mean, it's not like an obviously Jewish name, but I'm sure with his face, there would be no question. I would imagine that is pretty obvious. But yeah,
what's he been doing for the last 18 years?
Did he die?
Oh shit, he could have died.
Yeah, fuck.
Maybe he just retired on all that money he made from those blockbuster hits.
Porn money. It's funny though, because there's one thing I remember from Edward Penishands, and I'm wondering if they make money from advertising in subtle ways, but there's a weird scene in the movie where like the main house, there's just inside the living room of the house in this movie, there's just a gigantic like wall size like photo on the wall of a piece of Trident gum. And it's the weirdest thing. It's like just so out of place.
That's just like 80s art though.
It's not an 80s movie. This is not
90s. I don't know.
It was left over. It was just
Old
a prop from the last time.
Yeah, it's a Warhol. It's a famous Warhol piece.
Yeah.
Is it really? I could, like, honestly, like, it could be. I don't know. Like, Andy
to my
Warhol
knowledge, you're right. I
bullshit.
shouldn't say no, but I honestly don't think so.
Amazing.
I don't know for sure. But yeah, we really we
Bob,
ran the gambit here.
What's that, Brian? Oddly enough, when I search Paul Norman and director on Google image search, I swear to God, this one dude looks like Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, I'm looking this up right now.
I swear, I don't think it might be him.
Director.
He looks like Willem Dafoe.
See what we get.
Third row down, fourth picture ever.
The guy that I'm seeing is definitely Jewish. The Willem Dafoe. Oh my God, that looks exactly like Willem Dafoe. And then there's just a black guy next to him. That's fucking awesome.
Live on in our hearts, Paul Norman.
We'll never forget you. You're immortalized, if anything, not by your movies, but by the show. Not funny. Because our show will be remembered.
How sad is that? Nothing I'm ever going to do is ever going to like have the social impact and the lasting power of Edward fucking Penishands.
That's true.
I agree. I unironically agree.
PowderKeg paid for that. People are getting this show
I paid
for
money
free.
for it. Yeah.
That's pretty fucking funny. All right, folks. Well, we are at an hour, and we've run you through all of the latest news in politics. So, Bryden, since you're the guest, I'll leave you this opportunity to plug anything you want. Obviously, you're more than welcome to do that.
So on Twitter, I'm Factual Face, and you can get everything from there, probably. Do stuff sometimes.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. You should follow him. You should listen to his show when it comes back. And we've never said our ats on Twitter, so I guess we'll probably just put those in the description and continue the trend of not saying those, but we'll start.
I'm going to say it. Fuck you. At PowderKeg 357. Follow me, niggas.
At I Suck Dick.
Is that really your ad?
He made a new Twitter last night because he keeps getting banned. Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. And then my at is just at Sydney Senex. So and that's right. Sydney with a Y. Not
we're
an
not
I.
done yet, though.
We're not done yet? Okay. What else is there? We
got Not Funny to do. All right. I'm going to make this a thing. I don't care how much you
right.
don't. Okay.
You're really forcing this, but go ahead.
I am forcing. Okay. Not Funny for Bryden who doesn't know. So where we go around and we talk about some shit that we think is not funny that might, step on some toes. So I'm going to say right now, Not Funny, those stupid fucking Lord of the Rings remixes about like fucking mashed potatoes and taking the hobbits to Isengard. People think they're hilarious.
I never heard
People
that.
think they're hilarious. They're fucking stupid. They're fucking stupid. They're not funny.
Taters.
Yeah, they're not funny. Okay?
I'm sick of this too.
Fuck you. I don't want to hear it. Fuck you. It's not funny.
Potatoes.
All right.
I've not even heard that.
Yeah, I'd never heard of that. But yeah, Bryden, if you've got something, I've got nothing. So I'll
PowderKeg.
Nice. Got his ass. Fucking burned, bitch.
All right, I'll take it. No, that was good. I'll give him that.
I have one for this week. My Not Funny is God, the Twitter account.
Ooh,
I've seen about,
that's a good one.
I've seen about 3 of these on Twitter. It's literally just a guy, like it's like the most basic shit you could imagine, and it's a guy just tweeting like, "Oh, you know what the problem with the world is? Stupid people."
It's literally like that's like a real tweet. It's so dumb.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. And then my Not Funny.
Somebody should hack that account. No, somebody should hack that account and be like, you know what the problem with the world is? Gay people. And just
that'd be pretty fucking awesome. I can get down with that. My Not Funny. You know what? I'll take a direct jab at a lot of you people. A ton of y'all niggas on Twitter. Most of y'all not funny. You suck.
Ooh,
fuck you.
Ooh.
Oh, somebody has 300 followers.
I actually have 183 followers right now. Thank you very much. But I deserve much, much more. I have such quality tweets as a muffler shop that's run only by gay people. And their tagline is, "We may be gay, but we know muff."
Yeah, I remember that one. That was decent.
That's pretty fucking good.
My
And
reply was a little better.
Good, I don't even remember what you said. Oh, yeah, I do remember what you said, and it was much less obvious, much less on its face.
Oh, whatever. Because I make people think, all right?
You're a PowderKeg thinking man. Your jokes are
right?
real
Yeah,
thinkers.
it is. It's an account for the thinking man. Okay, if you're into tickling the old cerebellum, that's what the PowderKeg account's for, all right?
I don't even think that's what.
With such a fucking hit says, "What if poop was cum?" All right.
That actually is a good tweet. That is actually a good tweet. I'll give you that.
All right.
All right.
I think we're done.
What's up,
Watch
Finley?
out.
Yeah, watch
He
out.
is an angry pagan. Ooh, baby. He's gonna burn down your churches. His name is Bog the Curnes. Yeah. Burning down the house.
Nice. I didn't see that one coming. That was pretty good. All right. Well, that was this week. I'm glad to be back from vacation. We should be on a much more regular schedule. And we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Big bitch.